Yes,
No worries.
we're ready. Yeah. Hi, Randy Altman with PostPerspective here at NAB 2014 with Andrew Page from Nvidia, and he brought props. So you're
Yep.
ta-da.
Ta-da.
So explain a bit about the product, and
Sure.
I know it's not new for the show, but
Correct.
we're going to talk a bit about how you're working with partners to
Yeah.
accelerate workflows.
Yeah, so thanks, Randy. So this board that I have here is a Nvidia Quadro K6000 GPU. This is our flagship board.
Yeah.
It's really capable in lots of ways, lots of memory, so you can load up your scenes with all the textures and things that you want, and they'll still keep moving right along. And lots of performance power, both for graphics and compute acceleration. So as you look at that, you mentioned the partners that we're working with here. We have lots of different partners around the floor here in all the different parts of the media and entertainment workflow. Whether it's Adobe with Premiere Pro and After Effects and Photoshop and kind of their creative cloud suite of tools that use this GPU to make the artists working with them, make their tasks go faster. You can edit faster, you can ray trace your logos in After Effects faster, you can even zoom in and out on your image in Photoshop faster because they've chosen to write their tools to use a GPU. Same thing from companies like Blackmagic Design with DaVinci Resolve or Quantel with Pablo or all the different color grading tools that are out there. They all utilize the GPUs.
So they're taking advantage of the power and the speed.
That's right. That's exactly it. And so as you look at that, even companies like Red with their Red CineX tool, their color grading front end of their cameras. So their cameras put out files, and then you have to process those files. That's one of the benefits of a digital camera, is you get full artistic control. Traditionally, you would need to use a Red Rocket to do that. You still can, certainly, but they've announced or are using a GPU at the heart of their software tools as well. So what you used to need a Red Rocket to do, you can now do with a GPU, and that is real-time, interactive kind of processing and working with 4K, 5K, 6K footage, where you can do color grading, adjustment, all the kind of artistic fun and creativity you want off these beautiful cameras. The GPU lets you unlock that and work with it in real time. No longer do you have to move a slider, wait a little while.
Yeah.
Nope, didn't like that, move back. It unlocks it, makes it quick.
Right, so the creative process flows.
Exactly.
You know, there's no hiccups.
That's exactly
it. Gets you where you want to be.
That's right, and that's true across the workflow.
Okay.
I mentioned just a couple of them on the video side. It's also in animation, visual effects, all the different pieces. Lots of different tools are using a GPU to enable that. More and more partners every year actually are doing it. And even a lot of partners using them to do transcoding or encoding as well. So as you look to partners like Elemental doing HEVC encoding using the GPU. So a quick way to get high throughput in their system for partners that need to do video stream transcoding or encoding. They'll use a GPU. So they pop up in lots of different places. And importantly, we have them in lots of different sizes, shapes, and forms. So this is one designed to go into a desktop workstation, a desk-side workstation. Big GPU requires a fair amount of power there. We also have them for mobile workstations for people who want to go on the go. All the power in a different form factor.
Sure.
We also have them in ways for people who maybe don't want to put in a workstation, in the cloud as well, so in the data center. So whether that is your own hosted data center or the public cloud from companies like Amazon, where you can basically pay by the hour to use the different tools.
Right. Now, what about like OpenStack? I mean, is there? Do you know much about OpenStack?
I don't know a lot the OpenStack in particular.
Yeah. I just know it's an open. People are writing their own.
Yeah,
their own
so
clouds.
as you look, people are certainly writing them, and we have the ability to deploy GPUs within them. So there are lots of, basically we've been working on making it a lot easier for companies to put GPUs into the cloud. So as we work with companies like VMware and Citrix that make the underlying cloud management stuff, the software that lets you put 1,000 machines in a data center and manage them. Both VMware and Citrix, the two leaders in that industry, you can put GPUs into the virtual machines that they run and manage. So if you put GPUs in your cloud, your customers can find them. We're also working with them to bring the ability to move a desktop into the data center, into the cloud. And so rather than having a workstation sitting under your desk, or maybe rather than having a great big one, you have a small one sitting under your desk, and then you access all your tools from the data center. Interesting way to make it easy for a small post shop to bring all their tools to them. So it's rather than put the tools under the desk, you just go to your tools.
Sure.
A nice different way to add and subtract things. As you look at those large data center the large data center deployments of VMware and Citrix, they're great for large companies with large IT staffs, or companies like Amazon and those who really have lots of stuff. When you look at a lot of our kind of usual post customers, post houses in that. They're a lot smaller. They don't have that. So we also have an option for them, which is our grid-based, our grid VCA product, which is a way to bring about GPUs into the data center in a self-contained package, so that they put it in their backroom closet, connect it up to their storage, install their apps on it, and now to access the apps, you just bring up the client, log in, do your work, close at the end of the day, walk away. So it's a way to bring this kind of virtual desktop into your own small shop. And great, as we look at a lot of the smaller houses, they love it because it's a way when you bring on contractors, which is common in this industry, you don't have to go find a workstation for them, find tools to install on it and all that. You just tell them to bring their laptop, do their work. At the end of the day, they're done, they come back, or at the end of the day, they walk out of the building, sign off. None of the stuff they worked on is on their machine. It's actually all in the data center, all safe and secure, ready to go and move from there.
So it's all about faster,
Yep.
making people more creative,
Yep.
getting the hardware out of the way.
That's right.
Just let them create.
Yep, exactly. And really it's a matter of getting the tool, same thing, faster, cleaner, smoother, and getting them the tools in the form they need. So it's whether that's desk side workstation, mobile workstation, in data center, a heavily IT managed data center, not so heavily IT managed data center like a lot of post houses, or public cloud from companies like Amazon, where you can go and just rent the similar thing from them, pay by the hour for the different tools and different services they provide as well. So easing the access to them.
Yeah, options that fit their workflows.
That's right.
That's pretty great. Well,
And those workflows, whether they're 4K, 6K, 8K, all of those there as well. And GPUs are amazingly powerful tools to unlock the creative process, no matter what the size and scope of that process is.
It's fantastic. Well, thank you for stopping by today.
Yeah, thank you,
I know it's a
Randy.
busy show, and I appreciate it. Anything you want to add that maybe I haven't asked?
So I wanted to add one other one, which is we have another kind of unique deployment of GPUs that we have on the show floor here. We announced it at our GPU Technology Conference a couple of weeks ago, which is called the iRay VCA. So VCA, you heard me mention a second ago, which is our visual computing appliance. That was the thing I said the post house has put in to manage multiple people with virtual desktops. We're following a similar model to bring think of it as a giant GPU that you attach into your network to do frame rendering or a rendering appliance. Now we're starting with one of our own renderers, our iRay technology, which really iRay is aimed at the automotive styling and design business. Companies like Honda use it to do virtual prototyping of the car.
Sure.
It's a global illumination, all that fun stuff is there. It produces beautiful photo quality images. It is very, very GPU hungry. So when you're thinking of something the size and scope of a car, you're going to need lots of GPUs to do that. So what the iRay VCA is it's actually 8 high-end GPUs that are a lot like this, packaged into one box. Fast network interconnections between all of it, so you can put multiple of those boxes together, stack them up, and then kind of a cluster management software so you can allocate it out. The end result to a customer, kind of the so what is, you can go into a tool like Max, a tool like Maya that's been made compatible with iRay and works with this, and almost instantaneously get photo quality results as you move and shift your models around. And more importantly, you can take that, and since you have a cluster manager in front of it, you can allocate, this person gets 2 machines, this person gets 2 machines. Nope, we need to get to the final deadline, we need all 8 of them, and allocate around. And so builds another way to get access to huge amounts of GPU power for specific tasks, in this case, final frame rendering. Now, as I said, we launched this to the automotive industry at our conference. We were actually really surprised how the visual effects community and others came around and said, yeah, I love that, when can I get it?
Yeah.
Because it solves a core problem I have. We're like, well, it doesn't do fur, it doesn't do hair, it makes photorealistic rendering. Yeah, when do I get it? And so we're working with so the iRay piece is certainly there. We're working with some of the other renderers like Chaos Group's V-Ray RT and others as well to find the right way to put the 2 pieces together so that some of the other pieces are there. So small, medium, large, cloud, all the different pieces, we're bringing the tools to accelerate your workflow.
Fantastic. Andrew, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
We'll be back.